Hello, hello everyone. I have been talking about getting on every week on Mondays to just reach out to my sisters and to strengthening sisterhood. I am Valerie, and I have a women's organization, um, which is called I Am My Sister's Keeper. And the purpose of that organization is for to strengthen sisterhood and for women to begin to embrace one another and for us to take off the mask so that we um, will help others and help one another. I'm also a believer in Christ. I am married, a newlywed, grandmother, mother, an educator, as well as a minister. I'm saved. I love God, but I live a balanced life. And so my ministry was birthed, or organization was birthed through just my own things that I experienced in life, disappointment, verbal and physical abuse, rejection. Just I went through a lot, and I will share that as I come on every week. I will be sharing what I've experienced in life. And when I went through the things that I went through, I was hoping that there, I was looking for some type of direction, some type of assistance, someone to help me get over the things that I was experiencing, the pain, the depression, the loss of appetite, even suicidal thoughts at times. And yes, I am a believer, and even then, but when you experience some of the things that I've experienced and the hurt and disappointment that I experienced, I didn't want to wake up in the morning. I didn't want to get dressed. I didn't want to shower. I didn't want to go to work. And because I had children, I had no choice but to get up and go to work and to keep the utilities and all of that on. And I went to work. It was hard, but I went to work, but I could not wait to get in my car so that I can cry, so that I can come home and I can lay on the floor and I can cry. And I know that there are other sisters out here that have experienced the same thing that I've experienced. And you may be even in that situation right now. But I am here to tell you there is light after darkness. I didn't think that I would experience it. I didn't think I would experience love again. I just thought that this was going to be the life that I was going to live, because I was raised, and in church and the things that I have been taught. I just felt like, prayer was going to make my husband do right by me. Prayer was going to heal and repair my relationship. Prayer was going to heal even me. And even now, I'm still learning things about myself. And things that I need to change, things that I need to rid myself of. That is what I'm doing. But I am looking forward to us dialoguing. I'm looking forward to helping you to overcome whatever it is that you may be experiencing in life. I just know that there is another Valerie out here that is going through what I'm went through and have overcome. Praise God, with the help of sisters, with the help of family, and just with beginning to love myself and learn who I am. And so it's very important that we learn who we are before we even get into a relationship. Because if we don't know who we are, we don't know anything about ourselves, we don't know what we desire, what we like, what we prefer, then we are at risk of being hurt. We are at risk of being abused. We are being at risk of being lied to. We are at risk of being taken advantage of. And I've experienced all those things. I was married 32 years, three wonderful children. And the majority of my marriage, it was infidelity. The majority of my marriage, it was infidelity. I back and forth, back and forth. I would come home, he moved out, things of that nature. But I've learned so much after getting out of the marriage. I've learned so much about myself, and I realized that I stayed in something longer than I should have because I didn't know myself. I got married when I was 18 years old, and I had one child at that time. Just was finishing up high school. My last year of high school, I was married with a child in my own home and all of that. And when I look at my grandchildren who are now in high school, I can imagine them being married with a family, being somebody's husband, let alone or wife. But I never thought that I would ever get a divorce. It was never my desire to get a divorce. I did get a divorce, but it was never my desire. And that's why my marriage went on for 30, I was married for 32 years because I experienced so much in that time because I wanted my marriage and I did not want a divorce. And I'll share a lot more about myself, and I pray that you all will be receptive and you will share things that you're going through, because we can help one another overcome the things that we may be experiencing in life or things that we overcome. And the reason why we have so many sisters and people out here that are broken and don't know what to do, and so they lean to alcohol, they lean to drugs, they lean to sex, they lean to eating, overeating, or not eating. They go, or they isolate themselves, and I know about all the majority of those things, not all of them. But it's because they're broken. And nobody wants to live a life where they're broken. Nobody wants to live a life broken. And that's not God's intent. God's intent is for us to be healed and for us to be whole and for us to be prosperous. And so in order to be whole and to be prosperous, we have to know who we are. Hey, Sister Racina. Hey, Sister Racina, one of our sisters from our prayer line. And I did forget to mention before I get off, because I'm not going to be on long. I did say that I was going to start doing these lives, and I tried to go on Facebook. That didn't work. And so now I'm on YouTube. But this is what I will be doing. I'm here, and I feel like the things that I experience in life is not for me to close my mouth and just share with people the testimony of where I'm at now, which I am in a good place. I'm newly married. I'm experiencing love like I never thought and never knew exist. I have a man that truly loves me and protects me, and it's not just words. It's not just something that I'm saying, but it is a fact. And when I was going through the things that I was going through in my marriage, I did not feel like I would ever experience that. Of course, because I did not want a divorce, but I ended up getting the divorce. And guess what? I was the one that filed for divorce, and I never thought that I would even have the strength to do something like that. But I will take you on my journey, and I am one that I'm willing to be transparent. If it's going to help someone else to overcome, if it's going to help someone to be healed, then I am that person. I'm willing to share the things that I've experienced to overcome. And it took many a years for me to get there. And it only took that long because I was broken. It only took that long because I was not whole. It only took that long because I didn't know me. I didn't know me. I didn't know my self-worth. I didn't, because when a whole person or a whole woman will not take or tolerate the things that I tolerated, and for the years that I tolerated it. But I do know that you can overcome anything that you are experiencing in life. And the very most important thing is, number one, having God in your life. And then number two, loving and knowing who you are. Loving on you. I gave so much and to everyone else, from my ex-husband to my children to my grandchildren, and I didn't realize until now that I gave very little to myself. And now that even as I'm sitting here talking, I'm trying to think during that time in that season in my life, what was I giving to myself? And I don't think I gave myself too much of anything. I just started since I was separated for many years, prior to the divorce and then after the divorce. But before I got divorced, one year when my birthday came, I said, "Oh, buy me something for my birthday. Buy me something that I like and that I want. I'm not going to wait on someone else, my children, my grandchildren, or others, or family members that love me to give me something. I'm going to buy myself something." And that's what I did. And so every year for my birthday now, I buy myself a gift. It may not be not major or big, or it can be major or big. If it's something that I desire and I always wanted, I buy it. And a gift don't always have to be something tangible. It may be just I'm gonna spend a day with myself, or I'm gonna go to the spa, or I'm gonna take myself to breakfast or lunch. We don't have to wait on anyone to do those things for us. We can do those things ourselves. And society has it set up to make us feel like we are less than a woman if we're not married. We are less than a woman if we don't have a man. We are less than a woman if we don't have children. No, I am still a whole woman. I am still very much so a whole woman that can live a very healthy and whole life. And I don't have to have children. I don't have to be in a relationship. I don't have to have those things. But until you become whole, you're not going to know your self-worth. And so now, especially as, to me, it appears like since the pandemic that things have got even worse, that we're masking ourselves even more. I've never seen as many Louis and Gucci belts and just all of these different things. I've never seen that. It just seems like now, you know, we show our self-worth by what we can carry, whether it's a purse, whether it's a vehicle, whether it's shoes, red bottoms. And I have all those things. So don't get me wrong. I have a fur. I have red bottoms. I have a Louis purse. I have those things. I have a Coach purse. No one really see me carry them because that's not what makes me. It's not the materialistic things that make me. And so because God has gave me an opportunity to experience love again, and God has given me an opportunity to really embrace life and to really understand what the purpose of me being alive. So for all of those years, I wasn't living. I was just existing. And that's what a lot of us is doing. So this is not about trying to make a YouTube channel, trying to be monetized or anything. If I can help another sister, then I'm happy with that. I Like I said, I was married for 32 years. I've experienced a lot, and I will share those things with you. And so the name and the purpose of I Am My Sister's Keep Her is to keep her, my sister, from experiencing some of the things that I experienced. And if my sister is have or is experiencing the things that I've experienced, then I want to keep her from experiencing it for as long as I did, standing in it for as long as I did. So that's why it's called I Am My Sister's Keep Her. What can we keep our sister from experiencing? What is it that you have encountered and you've overcame, even no matter how difficult it was, you were able to overcome it? What was that? Because whatever that was, you are still here. You are still have breath in your body. You realize that you have purpose. You didn't take your life. You didn't give up on life, even though life was tough, because life was very hard for me for many of years. I mean, many of years. I've only been married. October will be 2 years. And I'll share all of that with us as the more that we get on. But I just wanted to introduce myself, and I pray that you go on this journey with me, and that you and I together can help keep keep our sister, that broken sister, that low self-esteem sister, that sister that don't know her self-worth, that sister that have sold herself out to care for everyone else and not caring for herself. I want you to join me in helping our sisters to become whole, to understand their purpose, and to not sell themselves out to relationship and to marriages and things that are abusive and is not beneficial to her, and come codependent on other things and people to make her feel good. And when I was going through that, I didn't realize that that's what was going on. And when you are a broken individual and you don't know you're broken, you don't know why you're doing the things that you're doing. So you're just kind of like going through the motions. Like I said, you're just existing and you're not living. So I pray that you will meet me every Monday as we together help keep our sister from living a life of brokenness to a life that is joyful and abundant, and the life that God intended for us to live. So again, my name is Valerie. I am your sister, and I am here to help my sister overcome any obstacle that she may be experiencing and is stuck. So I look forward to meeting you on next week. Again, go out into the world and be that light and help keep our sisters from living a life that is not beneficial to her. I look forward to meeting you back on next Monday. Bye-bye.